My dear friends, on this fifth Sunday of Lent, we enter the final stretch of Lent as the Church gives us one of the most powerful and hope-filled gospel passages, the raising of Lazarus. A story that speaks directly to the human heart because every one of us knows what it is to face loss, to face someone, to face disappointment, and moments when God seems painfully slow to arrive. When Jesus arrives in Bethany, we see that Jesus enters our grief not from a distance but from within. Lazarus at that point had been dead for 4 days. Martha and Mary both say the same thing, Lord, if you had been here. That is the cry of every grieving heart. It is the cry of anyone who has ever wondered why God did not intervene sooner. And what does Jesus do? He doesn't scold them. He doesn't offer any theological lecture. He weeps. The Son of God stands at a tomb and cries. And that is not a weakness. That is love. Before Jesus raises Lazarus, he first enters the pain of those he loves. He shows us that God is not indifferent to our suffering. He feels it with us. So Jesus calls us out of our own tombs. That moment, that changes everything. Jesus cries out, Lazarus, come out. This is not only a command to a man who died 2,000 years ago. It is a command spoken to every one of us because we all have tombs of fear, tombs of resentment, tombs of addiction, tombs of shame, tombs of spiritual laziness, tombs of wounds we have carried for years. Sometimes we become so used to the darkness that we forget we were made for the light. Jesus stands outside whatever tomb we are in and calls us by name. He doesn't say, face it yourself or face yourself first. He doesn't say, earn your way out. He simply says, come out. Let me bring you back to life. Dear friends, the gospel says Lazarus emerges with his hands and feet tied and his face wrapped in a cloth. Jesus raises him, but he tells the community, untie him and let him go. This is the church's mission. This is our mission. We help one another remove the burial cloth that keep us from living fully. We encourage, we support, we forgive, we challenge and accompany one another. No one walks out of the tomb alone. The raising of Lazarus is not the final miracle. It is a sign pointing toward the greater miracle of Easter. Jesus does not simply restore life, he is life. He does not just defeat death, he transforms it. As we approach Holy Week, the church invites us to see our own lives in this story. Where do we need Jesus to call us out today? What stones need to be rolled away? What burial cloth still bind us? Today, dear friends, Jesus stands before each of us and speaks the same words he spoke in Bethany. I am the resurrection and the life. He is the God who will raise us on the last day. He is the God who wants to raise us today in our relationships, in our faith, in our hope, in our courage. May we hear his voice. May we step out of whatever tomb holds us And may we help one another walk into the light of a new life. Amen. God bless you.